It is loud, ma'am. Please check.
So today we are going to start with the chapter of lifelines of national economy. So the first thing is national economy, you understand? Clear? So the first thing which we need to understand is economy and lifeline. Economy, you understand that when we say economics, economy, everything connected with money. Clear? Now, why we are using the word lifelines? Lifeline, you understand? Something which is very essential, very important, clear, and we cannot do without it. Lifeline, clear? So it means that something without which we cannot do, survive. So here, when we talk of lifelines of national economy, it means that to maintain our economy, what we need is we need an efficient system of transport and communication. Clear? We have already done manufacturing industries. We have done all the chapters of economics, money and credit. Clear? Sectors of Indian economy. In that, if you remember, we did tertiary sector. Clear? We have done primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. And we know that with the passing years, clear? Which sector is becoming important? Tertiary sector. And do you remember that in the tertiary sector, we did the example of transport and communication? So when we are doing this in geography, you must immediately remember that we are talking about the tertiary sector. I have told you time and again when we were studying about the manufacturing industries, which sector it was? Secondary sector. When we were doing agriculture in geography, primary sector. Clear, beta? You must always correlate and remember this also. Because then when we will talk of tertiary sector, or you will have tertiary sector in the back of mind when we are doing transport and communication, you will remember those characteristics also. टर्शरी सेक्टर के हमने करेक्टरिस्टिक्स किए, उसकी इंपॉर्टेंस की. क्लियर? It always gives you an added knowledge and advantage to understand transport and communication. Otherwise, in your junior classes, so many times you have studied about roadways, railways, waterways. किया है ना सारा, हमने river systems किया है, everything we have done. उसको हमने compile कर दिया बस यहाँ पर इस chapter में. Clear? And why we are saying it is the lifeline? Because things are manufactured, we are using so many things. Recently, one very current example is there, that how our basic necessities were threatened because transport and communication were disrupted. Railway trains were not allowed in Punjab. Due to the farmers' agitation, the trains were not allowed in Punjab. Clear? So now we were under threat. Economy is not, no doubt, hurt. Economy is badly hurt. But what was happening? Our coal storage, like storage of coal, 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 was almost finished. We were not getting the other fertilizers and manures which the farmers had to require. So no doubt road transport is there, but rail transport is equally important. So when there was no passengers को तो harm हो ही रहा था, ठीक है ना? But passengers के पास और भी method हैं, airways हैं, roadways हैं, अपना personal transport everybody was using. But ये जो goods from one place to another, हमने किया है ना, goods and services, दो चीजें. Clear? Goods and services. So when we have to transport the goods from one place to another, we know that the railways play a very important role. So many times you have done that all the bulky goods, जो bulky और heavy goods होती हैं, आपने देखा ना goods trains, जिनको हिंदी में हम मालगाड़ी भी कहते हैं, ठीक है ना? माल का मतलब ये commodities, transporting commodities from one place to another. आपने कितनी बार देखा होगा कि जो गुड्स ट्रेन होती है उनकी कितनी लेंथ होती है, उनके साथ कितने वैगन्स लगे होते हैं, वैगन्स, यू अंडरस्टैंड? So many times you might have seen so many these oil tankers, ठीक है, being transported. So if all this transportation is not working, it can threaten our system. हो गया था ना? हाँ, so threatening हो गया था ना, because our essential supplies were disrupted. तो अब आपको समझ आना चाहिए कि why we say that the transport and communication systems are the lifelines of our economy. Clear? अब इसके अंदर हमने आपको, you can see one bar, this flow chart is made. Means of transport हमने 3 तरह के स्टडी करने हैं, land, water and air. Under land you have roadways, railways and pipelines. Clear? I'll explain as we move further. Water, inland and overseas, and airways, domestic and international. And domestic में दो हैं हमारे, public undertaking and private. अब आप public और private आराम से समझते हो ना? We know this, we have done in economics, that what are public undertakings and what are private undertakings. तो आपको पता है कि जो Air India है, that is a public, yes, and private, Indigo, Go Air, SpiceJet, all these are private undertakings as far as airlines are concerned. Now you can move on to page number 82, to the next page. All the students move on to the page number 82 of your geography book. Now here we have the importance of roadways. So it is not anything difficult. We know that roadways is the most convenient, clear, means of transport. See the 5th or 6th line, they have given the various advantages. Construction cost of, clear, roads is much lower than the railway lines. Second, roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating. Dissecting and undulating का मतलब होता है that roads can be constructed in those areas also which have very difficult terrains. Terrains का मतलब जैसे hilly areas. आपने देखा है कि अब जाके हमने उधमपुर तो हमारी जो रेलवे लाइन एक्सटेंड हुई है, beyond that we don't have any railway line, but we have the roads. To the highest of the reaches we have Leh Ladakh तक हमारा road connectivity है, air connectivity है, but we do not have railway. Next, they have given roads can negotiate higher gradients of slope. Higher gradients means when there is a steep up and down rise in the, yes, gradients, and can such traverse mountains such as Himalayas. Next, road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount. Next, it also provides door-to-door service, and thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower. Next, road transport is also used as feeder to other modes of transport. Now, what do you understand by this? Feeder. It means suppose we have to send something through waterways. Okay? And we know waterways means that they will be, ports will be near to the seasides, river side के ports होंगे वहां पर. तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कहीं पर हुई है, किसी इंडस्ट्री में हुई है, फैक्ट्री में हुई है, तो वहां से सामान कहाँ जाना है? पोर्ट्स पे जाना है. ठीक है, वहां से जो सामान मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ है वो रेलवे स्टेशन तक जाना है, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली ट्रेन विल नॉट कम टिल देयर, नो, ट्रेन्स विल तो ट्रैवल ऑन रेलवे लाइन ओनली, ships will travel on water only. So it is the road transport which acts as a feeder between the other means of transport and communication as well. So road transport plays a very important role. Clear? No doubt हमने कर लिया कि हमें waterways are very important, railways are also very important, but जो facility हमें roadways से मिल सकती है, ठीक है, from the place of manufacturing to place of delivery. Clear? From the place of manufacturing to place of delivery, the roadways play a very essential role. They are very convenient. and they help to transport the commodities from one place to another. Then we have done door-to-door service. This you all know. Clear? Now next is that classification of roads. Clear? Golden quadrilateral and super highways, then national highways, state highways, district roads and other roads. These please underline from the book only and learn. We will not write the definitions separately. Is it clear? It is given in the book only. The government has launched a major road development program linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Delhi 6-lane super highways. ठीक है, उसके बाद ये दिया हुआ है आपका नेक्स्ट नीचे आके देख लो. द मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ सुपर हाईवेज इज टू रिड्यूस द टाइम एंड डिस्टेंस. What is the purpose of conducting these super highways, manufacturing these super highways? That is to reduce time and distance between mega cities of India. You might have seen that as flyovers are being conducted, clear, the distance has reduced so much. Here also. Now, if from Amritsar to Ludhiana, from Fagwada to Chandigarh, clear, the distance has become so short and the journey is so smooth now because of the construction of these flyovers connecting one place to another. Earlier it used to take 3 hours to reach Chandigarh and you had to go through a lot of traffic halts and everything. Now it hardly takes more than 2 hours, hardly, because the ride is so smooth. Similarly, now you can reach Amritsar from Fagwada in hardly 1 hour and 15 minutes, that much of time. So these super highways are becoming very convenient, clear, and it helps to reduce the time and distance. And now you have seen in your own city only, everything has become so easy. Now we don't have to meet traffic halts and everything. We can reach the other places. Yahan se aap ja rahe ho Ludhiana, it hardly takes any time now, 35 to 40 minutes. Yes. So similarly, national highways, ठीक है, स्टेट हाईवेज, डिस्ट्रिक्ट रोड्स एंड अदर रोड्स. इनका जो जस्ट फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन, जैसे रोड्स लिंकिंग अ स्टेट कैपिटल विद डिफरेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर्स इज नोन एज स्टेट हाईवे. Underline this, and this definition of state highway you must know, and you must also know that they are maintained by PWD, that is Public Works Department. Clear? Similarly about district roads and other roads. Now let's move on to the next, border roads, page 84. Border roads, as the name itself suggests, that these are the roads which are adjoining to the border, that is between the two countries adjoining. जहां किसी कंट्री का, जैसे पाकिस्तान इंडिया का बॉर्डर है, इंडिया नेपाल का बॉर्डर है, इंडिया भूटान का बॉर्डर है. क्लियर? बॉर्डर रोड्स. नेक्स्ट इज रोड डेंसिटी. क्लियर? अंडरलाइन द फर्स्ट लाइन ओनली. द लेंथ ऑफ अ रोड पर 100 square kilometer of an area is known as density of roads. So these definitions which I have told you, that is the different types of roads and how these are maintained and the definition of road density. For the time being, you will do the learning of all this from the book itself only. Clear to all of you? Beta, सीधे बैठो. You are in the class. Next is railways. Railways are the principal mode of transportation for freight and passengers in India. That refers to transportation of goods. Clear? And it also makes it possible to conduct multifarious activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with transportation of goods. Multifarious activities. It means that it is not only transporting goods, it is also transporting people. And plus, you have read, if you have read stories in English, you remember in your extensive reading, you have read about a train, which is a mobile dispensary hospital. There is a story in your, yes, I am forgetting the name of that, there is one train. The whole system of the hospital is there, and that train travels to the remote areas where proper hospital facilities are not there. That train goes to those areas, right? It stays there for 1 or 2 days and helps in the treatment of the people. Then it moves on to the next destination. Similarly, we have Palace on Wheels. You know, when we are reading about pilgrimage and sightseeing, sightseeing, in Rajasthan, we have a train which is Palace on Wheels. So it means that otherwise we have palaces, but the same ambience of the palace has been created in the train, and for a week or some, I think so it's for a week only, that you can get the train booking done, and then you can do the sightseeing also, and you can get that royal feeling also of staying in a palace. So that is Palace on Wheel. So it is not only this that the railways are, so they are performing multifarious activities, functions, right? Then we have a large network of railway, and railways are a public undertaking. In India, railways are a public undertaking because we have Indian Railways. Is it clear? It is divided into different zones, but
Ma'am,
otherwise
your
it
voice
is
is not audible.
Indian Railways. And we know that what is the difference between public undertaking and private undertaking. Why this was kept under public undertaking? Because it involves heavy investment. Next, we are going to talk about the pipelines. Pipelines is the modes of transportation to transport liquid or gaseous materials from one place to another. Sometimes it becomes difficult to transport the material, otherwise the initial cost of laying pipeline is expensive, but over the years जब बहुत साल हो जाते हैं तो पाइपलाइन सिस्टम हमें बहुत चीप पड़ता है अंडरग्राउंड. अभी फगवाड़ा में डला है फॉर द yes, इसके लिए towards that side just now the whole pipeline was laid in Fagwada also. So this pipeline is that for transporting gas and for transporting the oil. Clear? Other materials in the form of slurry can also be transported. Clear? They don't have to meet any traffic halts. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ठीक है, जहां से आपने मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ वहां से आपने जो सप्लाई डेस्टिनेशन है, it will travel underground through underground pipelines which have been put up, and it very easily reaches its destination. अभी आप लोगों को यहाँ पंजाब में पाइप गैस इज नॉट वेरी पॉपुलर, बट in places in Calcutta or where we have stayed, I have stayed, the gas is also in the houses also. It is supplies through the pipe. Yes, you don't have a separate cylinder. You don't have to purchase a separate cylinder. So automatically gas is supplied to you, cooking gas is supplied to you through the pipes. So this is the earlier what I explained to you was the pipeline system, and it is very convenient. Next, we are coming to the waterways. Waterways are of two types: inland waterways and yes, overseas. Inland waterways are all those rivers within the country which are navigable. Is it clear? Which are navigable. All rivers are not navigable. This is on page number 87. Waterways. So all rivers are not navigable. Clear? That refers to the inland waterways, and the overseas we all know that through various boats, ships, steamers हमारे पास waterways का है. And if you remember in your junior classes, कहीं आपने एक बार पढ़ा भी होगा that inland waterways में जो बहुत heavy logs होते हैं, forests में से logs को काटा जाता है और उनको river के flow के साथ ही एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे भेजा जाता है. डू यू रिमेम्बर in your junior classes this was there, that how the heavy logs of wood which are cut from one place, तो उनको हम rivers के through भी transport कर देते हैं from one place to another. So inland and overseas waterways play a very important role again. Next, the topic is of major seaports that I'll teach you later. First, let's come to the airways. हमारे वो means of transport खत्म हो जाएंगे सारे. Airways. Airways is so important these days that the whole world has become so small. Earlier, it used to take so long. That day I saw that earlier when the Britishers were ruling over India, there was a bus which used to, yes, Amritsar to England. The bus used to go from Lahore, Amritsar to England. It used to go, people used to go in that bus. It used to be a long journey, but there used to be halts on the way. And now to any part of the world, is it clear? Airways have become so convenient. No doubt it is expensive, but it has become very convenient. And secondly, in case of any emergency and natural disasters, in case of any kind of emergencies and natural disasters, the airways play a very important role, especially, yes, by providing uh, evacuation. We know that for evacuation, especially from the flood hit areas or any earthquake areas, the helicopters, clear, they play a very important role through, of course, the army. And whenever we have to reach some inaccessible areas, especially northeast, where we don't have a very good network of railways and roads because of the heavy rains in the northeast, clear? So there, the airways play a very important role, clear? So in some inaccessible areas, especially during disasters, you have seen that how during that Kedarnath, when that natural disaster was there, whole operation was carried out by the airways helicopter. Air Force had carried out the whole operation was carried, and how people were and how supplies were given to the people. So in such situations, the airways play a very important role. Clear? Otherwise, second thing more important is that we can export, send perishable goods. Clear? Perishable. Perishable goods means those goods which have a less shelf life. Flowers. Now you see these days on marriages or otherwise on some occasions you get imported flowers, right? So these flowers are generally imported from, sent from one place to another through airways. Clear? So perishable goods. So airways is the best means of transport to send perishable goods from one place to another. So what we have done today is the features of roadways, railways, waterways and airways plus pipelines. Clear? I am repeating, you must know the features. Features means characteristics. जैसे हमने ये इसके advantages, चाहे इसको आप advantages भी कह लो. Clear? Advantages of roadways. Note down. You must know the advantages of roadways, railways, pipelines, waterways and airways. Clear? वही जो हम advantages कह रहे हैं वही उसके features हैं. Clear? These are only the features. Now when you have done the features, आपने characteristics कर लिए, advantages कर लिए सबके. अब आपको अगर if you get comparison, suppose you get comparison, कि compare the advantages of railways and roadways. So it is very easy. You just have to tell the features. Is it clear? जैसे अभी हमने इन कंपैरिजन में थोड़ा सा डिस्कस किया था ना रोडवेज और रेलवेज का, कि how roadways are more convenient, right, than the railways. इसी तरह railways की भी कोई important होगी. Is it clear? So I hope this is clear to you for today. All right. So this beta you all have to write, or you can underline from the book and learn the advantages of all the means of transports which I have just discussed with you. Clear to all of you?